The other part of the update that I wanted to give you is when I was leaving work last night, the sergeant that was on shift, the guy that was in charge last night, he pulled up and he noticed me and he said, "Brother, I'm sorry for what happened to your car. I'm sorry for the situation that you're in right now." He said, "I would have never expected it to happen to you," because I've talked to him several times since I've been here before. He's a real good dude. He knows I was always interested in being a police officer and stuff like that. So, I respect what these guys do. While I was talking to the sergeant, the commander on shift last night, Detective Wagner pulled up from Forest View Police Department, and he basically gave me a brief update. I mean, this guy's only like 32, 33 years old, so still young, very, very hungry. And he says, "Dude, you're not going to believe this, but it wasn't two people that were in the car. It was four people that was in the car. And the two guys that were in the front of the car when they crashed it, they're not doing so hot. I mean, they were in accidents. The driver was knocked out. The passenger was unconscious whenever, almost semi-unconscious when they got there. They hit the wall or whatever they hit so hard that, I mean, it seems like it did some damage to the front two in the vehicle, and the two in the back. I think they got away, but the two in the front gave them up, and the police know that it was four guys now. The state police are so furious by what's been happening in the Chicagoland area that the state police officer that found the guys in the vehicle said, "We're not putting up with this. I mean, these guys got to be prosecuted." So he's pushing very, very hard for the driver of the vehicle to be fully prosecuted. I don't know if it's as an adult or not, but he said we can't just keep letting these guys get away with this stuff. And then Detective Wagner said, "I don't want to just stop there. I want every person that was in that vehicle prosecuted." But he said, unfortunately, this new lady that's running the show in Chicago now, when it comes to prosecuting people and stuff, is just letting people go scot-free. He said, "Look at what happened with Jesse Smollett, the guy from Empire, the TV show in Chicago. He had 16 pending felonies against him, and she let him go completely scot-free, all because he gave up $1 million to pay fines." And it's all about money here in Chicago. The guy paid $1 million. She let him go. No marks on his record, no nothing. These juveniles that aren't of 18 years old, she lets them go. He said it's ridiculous. We've had over a dozen cases in the last few months where she just lets these guys go scot-free. So Kim Foxx doesn't want these juveniles prosecuted. He said what they do is they bring them in, they book them, they let them go, and they give them a joyriding fine or something like that. And that's it. They don't get prosecuted. And he said these kids destroy people's lives, and they have no regard for what happens. And the detective said, "You know what? We're going to push it to go to court, and I'm going to petition all four guys to be charged. But when it goes to court, the same thing happens every single time. They let them go. They slap them on the wrist. They say, 'Joyriding, have a nice life. When you turn 18 years old, your adult record starts. You'll have no marks on your record.'" So that's the way it's looking like it's going to go right now, is they're going to get no fines, no nothing at all, and they get to walk away scot-free. So that's the story right now, and that's Kim Foxx. That's her doing. Since she's been elected, she's done nothing but cause more problems and let these criminals go scot-free, and it's all about money. It's all about money with her. And these police officers are super, super tired of it, because they're like, she is not going to get reelected because of everything that she's letting happen. We have more and more police officers committing suicide because of the stress of their job, because they can't even do their job because of the restrictions that the law puts on them. And now to have somebody like Kim Foxx in office makes it even harder for them to do their job. And they're just stressed out constantly. All the stuff that they see in their lives and stuff that are damaged all the time, and they can't deal with it. And it's not going to change until she's out of office, they said. And that's what's going to happen with these guys. They're probably more than likely going to let them go scot-free. Something like this is nothing compared to some of the worst stuff that they've done, and they don't get charged for it. That's the story. That's the update, guys. So we await. I'll keep you updated.